Hey everyone, my name is Alex. I've been an engineer for over 9 years. In this small video series, I'll be walking through how I set up my Ubuntu Linux machine to go ahead and install OpenClaw or Claude Code uh, and go ahead and have them run in my machine. With that said, I did want to mention that this is a PC that I've repurposed. I had a gaming PC that I hadn't been using, so I just wanted to go ahead and repurpose that. This is not a Ubuntu hosted on a cloud service provider like DigitalOcean, Oz, or Google Cloud. So if you are doing this on one of those, I do go over a few security protocols to go ahead and reduce my chances of getting hacked or having my information get out there somehow. But I would recommend that you do more homework for your particular case because I won't be going through everything for an online provider. Great, so we'll update our systems and then we'll go ahead and install our first application. And our first application is Timeshift. It's like Apple's Time Machine and Windows. I think it's like file history. And what they do is they take snapshots of your file system. It's like GitHub, but for your computer. So if something goes wrong, like a file gets corrupted, Cloud Code or OpenClaw move things around and it didn't work, you could just always go back to your previous snapshot. Once we've installed it, we're going to go ahead and run the wizard. And we're going to really just kind of stick to the defaults here for this first run here. For this second option here, you just want to select the one with the most space available to you. This is where your snapshots are going to be stored. So I'm going to be putting it in the partition that has like a terabyte. The next option that you get is how often you want this to run. I'm going to stay with the default 5 snapshots daily. I think it's pretty good. You can always modify this later if you'd like. This one's a little bit more important. These are, if you do not include these directories or these files, they're not going to be stored in your snapshots. If you plan to store some files that you'd like to be saved with all your stuff, then within these directories, I'd recommend that you go ahead and add them. I'm going to not do that this time. You can always go with the default now and modify it later on if you'd like, which is what I'm going to do because I'm not sure if I'm going to need this for myself. Great, with that, we're set up and we can start going ahead and using this. The first thing we're going to want to do is create our first snapshot. Our PC is clean and we have not much in here, so great time to do this. It'll take a little bit of time because it is the first time running, so it's going to create all these pointers and references to all these files, but the later snapshots are going to be quicker and more efficient. Great. With that, now that we've installed Timeshift and we have our first snapshot, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little demo of how this works. I'm going to install curl, and then I'm going to revert my machine to its previous state, so curl won't be installed anymore. Alright, with that installed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to Timeshift. We're going to select the snapshot that we want to go revert back to. In our case, I only have one, so I'm just going to select that one. And then we're going to go ahead and revert back. You'll see that as it goes and processes the entire thing, it'll tell you what is going to get restored and what's also going to be deleted. So you can see that at the bottom.
Awesome. So that's how you go ahead and return to a previous state using a snapshot in Timeshift. The next thing I'll go ahead and do is I'll be installing Homebrew. It essentially helps with managing some packages. One of the reasons why I use it, node packages and stuff like that. And I will walk you through how you could do that. Some pitfalls I found when I first tried this, and maybe you should avoid. Till next time, appreciate it.